Good afternoon, ladies and students. This is IDKnews. Here are your co-anchors, Alexander and...
My name is Mariana.
Here we are to tell you all the news you want to know.
Okay, Alexander, what happens if you don't have any talent?
Well, I would feel very lonely in my hangover days.
Okay, never mind. Today is Toilets Day. Remember, do a party for the toilet.
Okay, so now we go with Armando telling us about all the politics.
Thanks, Alexander. Well, in other notice, I will give you the news of the politics. The politics are so important in the development of the society in an international way, also in the national way. Well, the politics is so important also because by the globalization, we're joining all the countries. So we need to stay close about the news of the politics. Well, in the news of politics, the delegate of the United States congratulates about the reforms that Mexico has been put in the way this year. Even in the meeting, there were some topics that they discussed, something like to open a reform energetic in between all the states of the North America. And that's all in the politics news. So let's go back to the studio with Alexander.
Well, that's a lot of politics. What do you think about what Armando just said?
I think it's so boring. Yeah, never mind.
Well, let's talk about entertainment. What is your favorite movie? No. Let's talk about what is the last movie you've seen in the cinema?
I think that it's Alice in the Wonderland.
Oh, really? Well, talking about Alice in Wonderland, Johnny Depp and Mia Wasikowska just sang for the role of the Hatter and Alice in Alice in Wonderland 2, which is the sequel of Alice in Wonderland 1. And also, Tim Burton is not going to be now the director. He's going to be now the director that filmed the Muppets.
No, they did so bad. I think that the Alice in the Wonderland 2 is really bad.
Well, it's time to go to sports. Why don't you introduce Pablo?
Yes, I will. Let's go to Pablo.
Hey guys, how are you? In the sports news, the Open tournament of tennis here in Mexico in Acapulco. And in other news, the three players of the tricky basketball have been sold by a franchise of the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs, and they have a future in the NBA. And that was the important news from today of the sports. And Pablo Reyes, let's go back to the studio.
Okay, thanks, Pablo. Alexander, why do you think that if you want to go to Acapulco?
I think I might just will.
Okay, it's for the Open tournament of tennis.
Oh, well, with more reasons.
Yeah. What do you think about the art? Do you think that is interesting?
I think it's really interesting. Everyone should know about more culture. Well, I think it's time to introduce Manuel, who is going to talk about the news about art.
Thanks, Alexander. Well, let's talk about some art. You actually know what is the art and what is the Down syndrome. The kids who can't think or play the things that we think we play just because they have some incapabilities. But in this case, that doesn't count. Why? Just because the art has no frontiers, no limits, and no extensions. Just because every person can do art, even though those kids. So a man starts a different company that is called Art Down. What is that? It's a company that collects or recollects all the art made by those kids and made a lot of galleries and presentations of those paintings. Is this relevant? Obviously, yes. Why? Because those kids can have a dream, can be a painting or even a writer, but can express their art. That's the important thing here. So, in other news, the same company established a relation with the Oops company. Why? Because they want to make a contest about these paintings, and the best painting will win an own gallery of art, so they can sell their art to the art lovers. In other news, do you know who is William Shakespeare? Well, he was a famous writer from England, And the fun fact about this is that his daughter didn't know how to read. Why? Because the education wasn't something that you have to do. You only read if you want to read. But in this case, the daughter didn't even know how to write or read. Well, those were the important things about the art for today. Go back to the studio, Alexander.
Art topics, I really like them. It's very interesting what he just said.
Yes, very interesting.
And talking about that, my cousin's son has a problem, and it's pretty rough their life.
Yeah, do you want to go out some paintings?
I will do.
Yeah, I remember that in this time, help with the Teleton. Okay, let's go for the fitness and the health.
Thanks, dear. So I'm going to give you some tips that you can use to improve your health. First, the ripe banana. If you eat 1 or 2 ripe banana each day that has dark spots, you can improve your health high because it makes your WBCs better, so it can act against the cells that are abnormal. Next, I'm going to talk about the eggs. If you use this in a burned area, in a few hours you won't have any pain, and in a few days the skin will recover the normal color. And you have to beat it and use it with a spoon. And finally, I'm going to talk to you about the garlics. The garlics act against the intestinal worms, and it are a powerful antibiotic. It acts better than penicillin. That's all. Let's go to the studio.
Well, I should really stop drinking beer and eating pizza.
No, I really love eating pizza and hamburgers and things like that.
Well, who will blame you? Well, talking about health, I just heard, and there's another news, that a guy in a rover just run over some guys of an MC, a motorcycle club. And what they do, they follow him until he gets to New York, and in traffic they start hitting his car and destroying all the crystals, and his son and her wife.
Oh, I'm afraid my boyfriend is a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's really doesn't good. Well, we're going to go with the next topic, that is about interesting facts that everyone should know and most people don't know, with Mafer Guzman.
Did you know?
Thanks, studio. Well, now I'm going to talk about some interesting facts, but you won't use it never in your life. The first one is that, do you know that the fish also feel thirst? Well, that's the first one. Then, do you know that the crickets perfume themselves to attract their partner? And do you know that the biggest word in English is composed by more than 100,000 letters in just one word? Well, these were the funny and interesting facts for today. Let's go back to the studio.
Okay, thanks for all the things that did you know?
They are getting even more interesting every day.
Okay, the people prefer reading news in Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, that's my kids spend a lot of time there.
That's the reason that our news have social media, that's Facebook in that, and Twitter.
So, well, that's the way it is. See you tomorrow. Don't forget to eat healthy.
Yeah, that's all.